And some breaking news just into us. In a meeting with Roland Burris today, Illinois Senator Dick Durbin told Burris that he should resign. That's big news. And Burris, we're told, said he would not resign. He also, we're told, Burris told Durbin he's not made up his mind about running in 2010. But the big headline here, senior senator from Illinois, listen.
Relating to his appointment by Governor Blagojevich to this Senate seat. That was the only way that we felt, Senator Reid and I felt, that we could bring out as many facts as possible and protect the integrity of the United States Senate during the course of this whole appointment. We talked about that today, and I told my colleague, Senator Burris, that I was disappointed. Disappointed that his testimony in Springfield was not complete, and it required a second affidavit to be filed. Disappointed that he didn't make a clear, accurate disclosure of all the circumstances surrounding his appointment until several weeks after the fact. The fact that he did not volunteer the names of people like Rod Blagojevich's brother, who contacted him, and others was troubling to me, because I considered that to be one of the conditions for him to go forward and to secure this appointment. That's why the disclosures of the last 10 days have been so troubling, because we had certainly asked for more and hoped for more, and we didn't receive it. I also talked about my disappointment over his efforts, whether they were successful or unsuccessful, to raise money for Governor Blagojevich, because we know this is a critical element here. Governor Blagojevich, the former governor, has been charged with trying to sell the Senate seat, and so raising money or trying to raise money for him was in fact a very important fact that should have been brought forward and was not. I asked him if he would be a candidate in 2010, and he said he had not made up his mind as to whether he would be a candidate. I told him I thought it would be extremely difficult for him to be successful in a primary or a general election under the circumstances. We talked about some of the pressure he and his family are under because of this, involving the pressure of a lot of legal fees. He estimates that the legal fees to date are substantial, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and he's personally put a lot of money into this as well. I told him that under the circumstances, I would consider resigning if I were in his shoes. He said he would not resign, and that was his conclusion. And so at this point, I suggested to him he had to do everything in his power to bring all the facts out as completely as possible. He told me he was limited in some respects in terms of speaking to the press, making other public statements, but he still has to deal directly with the Senate Ethics Committee, which is considering this matter, as well as the Sangamon County, Illinois State's Attorney, John Schmidt, who's been given evidence to consider whether a prosecution should be followed there for a variety of different charges. That's the situation as I know it, and it's now up to Senator Burris to deal with the facts and challenges before him.
Senator, do you wish a special election in light of everything that's happened? You originally suggested a special election. Is that really what should have happened here?
Well, I think a special election was the right way to go. I'll tell you the problem, and the problem relates to the economy as much as politics. It's a $40 or $50 million undertaking in our state, and a lot of units of government. The city of Chicago would have been on the hook for $5 million or something to hold a special election. We tried to sync it up with some local elections and couldn't get it done. With Blagojevich being impeached, with debate in the General Assembly, the timing didn't work. It would have been a clean break with the past and a clean effort to fill the seat.
So do you support a resignation and an appointment by Pat Quinn?
What I've done is I've made my recommendation to Senator Burris, and he's told me clearly that he will not resign. Now, there are a lot of people, including a lot of editorial
And there you
writers
have
who think that
Senator Dick Durbin, who is the #2 Democrat in the United States Senate, the senior senator from Illinois, telling Senator Roland Burris, who took the seat of Barack Obama, that he should resign from the Senate seat. Let's get some quick reaction now from Mo Alafi, a Democratic strategist, and Trent Duffy.